From the onset, I wish to assure this House and the people of Kenya that the country has not recorded any confirmed case of Ebola virus disease.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale says the construction of the American Ebola Quarantine Center in Laikipia County will proceed.
Where Honorable Pukose left.
He arrived at the National Assembly plenary Wednesday afternoon to respond to a myriad of questions on the construction of a US-funded Ebola quarantine center inside the Laikipia Air Base in Laikipia County. Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale telling the legislators that the construction of the 50-bed facility will not stop despite the public outrage against it.
We as a government have a moral, constitutional responsibility to protect both Kenyans and other people who are non-Kenyans who live within our border or who transit within our country. Laikipia Air Base is one of the 23 quarantine isolation center we are building, and we will not stop it.
Duale dismissed public protests, which have so far been staged in Nanyuki, Laikipia County and in Nairobi, as mere noise.
And the health of our citizens cannot and will not be decided by 3, 4 people, 10 people who will demonstrate outside MOH. This epidemic does not require any consultation.
The health CS saying the airbase was chosen as a strategic location to handle Ebola cases and will be manned by both Kenyan and US authorities.
The runway in Laikipia is one of the longest runway. That is where we have KDF medical team.
We cannot allow such things in Kenya.
Thank you.
Duale, however, came under fire from the MPs, a majority who rejected the deal with the US government.
The US budget in terms of health is 860 times ours. Their technology is better in all respects, including biotech, Honorable Speaker. They have better capacity to handle these kind of issues than Kenya. Kenyans have spoken in one voice. We do not want that facility of Ebola here in Kenya.
So if they are infected in Congo, they will not take them to treat them in America. They will not treat them in Congo. They will bring them to Laikipia.
When people are sick of a disease in a pandemic or an epidemic, you treat them where they are. You don't move sick people to a place where there's no disease.
I am sure all of you sitting here, if your next of kin gets Ebola in DRC, the first thing you'll do is to bring to a better healthcare system in Kenya.
Some MPs, however, came to the defense of the agreement, which was first passed by the House in April 2017.
Should any of those 450 of our officers, our sons and daughters in DRC, God forbid, catch the Ebola virus, where shall we take them?
There is a ratified document by this House. The Speaker, members will take very serious when the Speaker is putting a question. Of as many of that opinion say, you just say, you don't know you're ratifying something that is going to bring a disease. So be careful next time.
Emmanuel Tall, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
On the bench today, you've heard the story. There's a facility, that's right, an Ebola treatment facility being set up in Nanyuki as we speak. And we just heard about it the other day. It's only for US citizens, not for you.
According to you.
Waziri, come on, man, come on.
That is misinformation. And that's why I went to Parliament to deal with the people like you who want to misinform the nation. The Laikipia Air Base Quarantine Isolation Treatment Facility is among 23 facilities that are going to be put up in 25 both high risk, very high risk, and high risk counties in our country. So there are 23, including Laikipia. And they are for both Kenya Defense Forces, our other security plus US nationals.
What about no ordinary Kenyans, crossing the border and they, God forbid, they have the virus?
That's what I'm saying. Even those ones, everybody will access the 23 facilities across the country.
And the 23 are all for Ebola?
They are all for this Ebola. You know the kind of Ebola. By the way, this is the 17th Ebola outbreak. There was 16th Ebola outbreak before. But this 17th one, and this particular variant, is called Bundi.
Yeah.
Has no vaccine. And both WHO and Africa CDC have in their own way declared it an emergency of an international magnitude, public health threat. And you know, and I know, and Kenyans know, that there are thousands of Kenyans doing business in DRC. We have over 450 of our soldiers serving in the UN peace mission, MONUSCO. Okay? And we have done a mapping up of 26 entry points, whether airports, seaports, of course the lake I'm talking about, and our borderland. We have upscaled our laboratory surveillance system, our laboratory testing system, our surveillance, our contact tracing, and making sure so far 22 people with some symptoms like, and their contacts. There were 9 plus the contact, 22.
In Kenya?
In Kenya, have been tested. Fortunate enough, they're all negative.
Okay, but listen, at the same time, you are ignoring a court...
let me finish.
You're ignoring a court order.
But let me finish. So, since 20th of May, when WHO declared this as a public health threat, we have done a number of things. Number one, as of today, 3rd of June, there is no incident of Ebola in Kenya.
Okay, having said that,
we have screened over 72,000 travelers.
In 10 days?
Yes. A day we do, like yesterday, the last 24 hours, we did 2,700. So our emergency operation center is 24/7.
Yeah, but the incubation is 3 weeks, you know that.
Yes, our incident management systems, our county staffs, mainly in Busia, high-risk counties, are undergoing training and simulation. So as a country, we have put all systems in place.
But you are ignoring a court order. Why?
Which court order?
A court order said, stop this construction of this facility, the Ebola quarantine facility.
Yeah, so?
Why? Why are you ignoring it?
Who said we have ignored it?
You're ignoring it. You said in Parliament today, nothing's going to stop you.
Let me say this. I don't want to go into the merits and the demerits of the Laikipia quarantine and treatment facility because of the matter is before court. But I want you also to read the Public Health Act, Section 35 and Section 36, and look at the powers given to the Minister for Health in the event of an epidemic, in the event of a crisis of this magnitude within our region or in our country. There are certain powers as a minister.
Yeah, but
I will not, if I wait for a court order and God forbid an Ebola outbreak happens tomorrow in our country.
Yeah, but
let me finish.
There's no outbreak.
Let me finish. In the event, what is happening? You know, people are more concerned, Jeff, about, of course, I agree, the greatest risk to our country is importation of travelers. You know, Kenya is a regional hub in terms of trade, in terms of aviation, in terms of transport.
Wengi watafunja radio zao, wengine watafunja television. They will not believe. They will not believe.